Manifestation is not an easy task. You need to be powerful enough to go to the mountains and hills to meditate, and only then will your manifestations become a reality. This is the opinion of those who don't understand how manifestation works. Hello and welcome back to my new video. If you clicked on this video in search of answers about the extent of your desires or why the law of attraction isn't working in your case, you've come to the right video. Stick with me until the end, and you'll find answers to all your questions. If you've talked to other people, especially beginners in spirituality, those who don't believe will say things like, "This is absurd," or "You need to be a Buddha to get what you want," or even "You need to be enlightened like a Buddha." These people are unaware of the power of manifestation and how every person on this planet can achieve their goals with the help of manifestation without needing to become another Buddha. In today's video, we'll discuss some very important topics to address. Many people complain that their manifestations are not materializing as described on the internet. This is a topic that, for a long time, no one really delved into explaining how to avoid these obstacles of negative energy. Everyone is so focused on telling the world how to manifest, repeating the same steps over and over again. But no one is really concentrating on the problem that many people are facing, not reaching their destination in time. People are starting to raise questions and doubt the law of manifestation. Therefore, in today's video, I will address these problems you've been facing, sharing the actions I took a few months ago that completely changed my view of manifestation and the law of attraction. I was scrolling through Hatch when I saw a long post about the law of attraction and the steps to follow when manifesting. At that time, I was manifesting but not getting the desired results. Another article I had read previously suggested following the same steps but with different phrases. Then I went through the comments, and one of them caught my attention. The person who wrote that comment had the same problem as me. They also practiced and followed the same steps, but felt they were far from the desired outcome. If I hadn't seen that comment that day, I would have considered myself unlucky and continued my day as usual until now. But fortunately, I saw that to understand why some people face these problems when manifesting. Here's what I discovered about the law of attraction. Besides, the attraction works based on some basic principles, and these principles are: first, like attracts like; second, thoughts become things; third, free intent is very powerful for visualization; fourth, imagination works like magic; fifth, belief and faith are different words with similar meanings and have a significant impact on manifestation; sixth, without action, there is no reaction; and finally, seventh, detachment is the key. These are the 7 principles of the law of attraction, and everyone who has practiced manifesting their desires must be thinking that these are things everyone already knows. So what's new in this video? The novelty here is that people like you and me are not able to fulfill our desires like other people often do. When we follow these principles, we tend to overlook some small things. Let's go back a bit and listen again to the 7 principles. In the first principle, you were so sure you were following, but when you reached the 4th, you started to think that you had heard this so many times from so many people, they had already said the same thing before, nothing new, right? So, when we get to the 7th principle, you're not paying attention anymore because you believe you've heard it a million times before. Yes, you've heard it a million times before, but did you really pay attention to what those audios you heard before really meant? Did you follow the last 3 or 4 steps as you followed the first steps? Well, the answer is obviously no, because both you and I have come to this video where the last step needs to be mentioned at the beginning so that we don't overlook it. So, if you haven't gone back in this video, pause now and comment below, what was the last step? Don't cheat, don't skip, use your memory and comment the last step honestly, because just writing the last step in the comments is not the goal here. The goal is to know if you were just hearing or really listening. Now, for those who are just hearing and were honest, you didn't go back. The seventh step was detachment. You've heard that before, right? Obviously, yes. But did you apply it in your daily manifestation routine? Well, I don't need to answer that for you. You already know the answer, and I don't blame you for not listening because I am also one who neglected. At the end of these principles, I watched many videos, used to listen to podcasts, and read blogs on sites like, by the end of the reading or the audio, I was completely unconscious of what the person was saying. I was just hearing instead of listening. So, what is detachment? I mentioned this step in almost all my videos, and even if you are a viewer of my videos, there's a chance you don't remember it. So, for those people and for all of you who are hearing about the law of attraction, detachment doesn't mean completely disconnecting from the manifestation as a whole. You can't do that. Here, detachment means going on with your day normally. For example, sit in the morning, do your tasks, write affirmations, and manifest. After doing all this, carry on with your normal life. Don't keep thinking all the time about your desire or, in other words, don't cling to your desire. Let your desire pursue you, not the other way around. Now, you must be confused because, as written on the internet, visualization is part of the whole law of attraction and manifestation, visualizing as much as possible for your desires to come true. Well, it's not quite like that. Visualization is done especially when you are doing affirmations. When you sit down and write these affirmations, what we all do is imagine that our desires have been fulfilled. Whenever we sit without doing anything, that's pursuing our desires, and this seemingly harmless act can have a significant impact on the entire manifestation process. Whenever we procrastinate, what we're doing is thinking that we've already achieved our desires. We live in our minds and not in the reality that is the present. Don't dwell on what you affirmed this morning or last night. Get up, immerse yourself in your life so much that you don't have time to think about your desires repeatedly. Live in the present and detach from the outcome. Live as if you have already achieved your desire. Just by doing this and following all the principles of the law of attraction, you can fulfill all your desires. You will achieve the result of your manifestation without any problem, and this is a guarantee from me because this method has been personally tested by me and by many people around the world. And that's all for today. We've come to the end of this video. If you've made it this far, thank you for listening. If you liked this video, press the like button below and share it with your friends and family. It would mean a lot to me if you subscribe to my channel for content like this. Finally, I would like to repeat the 7 principles again so that this time you really execute and not just hear. These principles are: 1. Like attracts like. 2. Thoughts become things. 3. Free intent is very powerful for visualization. 4. Imagination works like magic. 5. Belief and faith are different words with similar meanings and have a significant impact on manifestation. 6. Without action, there is no reaction. And lastly, 7. Detachment is the key.